What's shaking, my friends? Finally, after about a month and change, my books from Baltimore Comic Con have arrived. So I'm really excited, and as I promised in one of my weekly haul videos, I did not look at the grades at all, so we're about to find out these grades together. It was hard to do, it was very tempting to do, but I managed to not look at any of the grades. So I have about, I won't say how many books I have, let's just have fun. But I wanted to show my first CGC book that I bought just around at my local comic shop. They had a fair of sorts or whatever, and there was a guy selling some of his CGC books, and it was between Red Sonja for me, Red Sonja #1, and Nova #1, I think. And Nova was a lower grade, I believe. So I picked the highest out of the two. They were both 20 bucks. I just happened to have 20 bucks cash on me. So I just picked Red Sonja because I really wanted a CGC book. So I finally had got one. Then it became an obsession kind of to get my own. So this is that process. So thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you liked some of the books that you see today, and let's get into it. I am opening all of these up right here, so bear with me. Doing this in one take. Try my best not to look at the grades. Oh. And get this shipping slip out of the way. So let's see what we got here. Not looking. Oh, snap. All right. So this is one of two books that I submitted on the last day of Baltimore Comic Con. The line was, there was no line for self-submission. So I just decided to throw two more books into the mix, and I had on me 3 folios, and they were all filled with books, and I just happened to pick these two. So this is DC Nation #0, and it is a clean cover. I just really like the cover. That's why I got this one graded. It was really nice, white background, and I thought it would look great graded. So King, Bendis, Snyder, Williamson, Tyon Stories, Mann, Garcia, Lopez, and Jimenez art, Clayman cover. So Mann variant cover. Really cool. Looks really good. I am definitely happy with this one. So 198 so far. Let's see how many we can get. Next one, not looking, still not looking. Spider-Gwen, issue #3, variant. This is 9-0. Okay, not mad at that. You know, my first time submitting, so we're gonna fill this thing out, and then I'll have a better idea what to do in the future, or what to look for in the future. So 9-0. Jason Latour story, Robbie Rodriguez art, Yasmin Putri cover. I just really love this cover, so I'm not mad at all at this one. There's the back. I see some color rub, so I'm sure that's probably where I got hit. Color rub is my enemy for sure. Great cover. So I have another box. Opening it on cam. It's been so long, I forgot what I submitted because I was trying not to look and see any grades. So this is a bigger box for sure. Not looking at any of the grades. Cut this rubber band. And let's have some fun. Not looking. Greg Land sketch cover, Amazing Spider-Man 802, Amazing Spider-Man #1, Legacy number 802. This is Nick Spencer's story, Ryan Otley and Cliff Rottenburn art, Greg Land cover. Let's see what we got here. 9/6. Again, not upset at all. This is really cool. So I'm just glad they're still 9s. So like I said, I never submitted anything prior to this Comic-Con. So I wonder where they got color rub once again. So I wonder if it's my area, maybe humidity or something like that gets to my books. Because it's very common for my books to have color rub on them. Next up we have, not looking, Batgirl number 24. This is Sean Eldridge story, Scott God, I'm not going to say that right, Scott art, and Joshua Middleton cover. Woo, 9/8. I am happy with that. Extremely happy with that. Great cover. This was after the craze of issue number 23, so I jumped on the bandwagon after 23. Number 23 wasn't even on my radar, so at all. But 24 definitely was. I made sure to grab every copy thereafter, and I still am. So great cover. A lot of people have this one, so now I have my own. This is definitely not something exclusive. There are many of these graded, I believe. All right, next up. Not looking. Oh, one of my favorites. The Amazing Spider-Man Ties That Bind. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 43. Black Cat and Hammerhead appearance. Greg Brown art, Gabriel Del Auto cover, Ahmed story. Great cover. I love anytime Spider-Man is in the black suit, the symbiote suit. I love that suit. So let's see what we got. 9/8. Woo! Fun times. I am having a great time right now. I really like that cover. I had about four copies of it, so I'm glad I was able to pick the best of the 4. And the other 3 are pretty good conditions too. So, all right, what do we have next? Oh, love this cover. Spider-Geddon, #0, Sing variant cover. Great cover. Clayton Crane art. Let's see what we got. 9/8. Oh my God, that's awesome. That is awesome. Super excited about that one. Really love this cover. I knew when I got it at the store that I was going to take this with me to Baltimore Comic Con. And just as a recap, all the books that we've seen so far, I've picked up personally off the newsstand, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like I ordered these from eBay or anything, or, you know, wherever people order from. These were all picked off the shelf. 9/8. Wow. Great cover. Last one for this box. Let's see what we got here. Not looking. Ooh. I'm nervous about this one for some reason. Spider-Man Annual #1, Variant Edition. This is Brian Edward Hill's story. Nelson Blake II art. Ryan Benjamin cover. 9/8. Oh, snap. All right. So, I'm a happy camper right here. This was a great story. I love Miles Morales. Miles Morales is the reason. When I found out about Miles Morales, I said I got to start looking into comic books. In that process, I found Terry Moore. Terry Moore really got me into comic books, so I kind of started with him. You know, Spider-Man brought me to the party. Terry Moore kind of kept me, and Tom King showed me around. So, great cover. Love the story. Love the artwork. There's the back. No color rub issue on this one, that's for sure. Great cover. Variant edition. So, next up, we have 7 Signature Series books. That box is already open because it was a bigger box. I didn't want to be fooling with it on cam, so let's see what we got here. Not looking again. Not looking again. Number 10. I want to save this one. Put that to the side. Not looking. Okay, now we can do it. Like I said, Terry Moore was a big inspiration for me reading comic books. I loved Motor Girl. Absolutely fell in love with the characters and had to keep on reading this story. And it was a great time meeting him. He was a kind soul. I don't know any other way to put it. He was fantastic to hang out with. And I actually got to hang out with him 2 days. So I met him Friday and again on Sunday. And actually had a really good conversation with him just walking the aisles. It was great to meet one of my comic heroes. So he's a great creator, great guy. So I had him sign this to Marquise. And this says Motor Girl #1, Abstract Studio, 2016. Signed and to Marquise by Terry Moore on 9/28/18. First appearance of Samantha Mooney. Terry Moore cover art. Terry Moore story, cover, and art. Sorry about that. Let's see what we got. 9/6. Not mad at that. This was a book I got off of Midtown, if I'm not mistaken. I originally got the trade. So once I had the trade and I read through the trades, I got the single issues. So I'm definitely not mad at that. 9/6. Perfect. And I have 2 through 9 also for him to sign. So we'll get that done at some point. This is Motor Girl, issue number 10, Abstract Studios, 2017. Signed and to Grab Those Keys by Terry Moore on 9/28/2018. This is the last issue. Terry Moore story, cover, and art. Another 9/6. Well, at least I got a pair. That's cool. I'm not mad at that at all. This story is fairly old, or the issues are fairly old. So to get a 9/6, I'm definitely happy with. And to have a pair of them is great for me. And this, again, I bought, if I'm not mistaken, through Midtown. Or it might have been at my local comic shop. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But thank you, Terry. I really appreciate it. Let's see what we got next. So, Red Sonja was my first CGC book that I bought that I didn't, have done myself. I just bought it already graded. The next book I bought was Batman and Elmer Fudd. I had just missed the first printing when I got into reading comic books, and I really wanted that A cover so bad. I settled for the B cover. I bought it graded online, and it was a 9.8. So really enjoying the story by Tom King and Lee Weeks. Well, Tom King's story and the artwork by Lee Weeks and Byron Vaughn. I really enjoyed reading this issue, so I had to have it, and I wanted to get it signed by both of them since I knew they would be at Baltimore. So Tom was great, Lee Weeks was great. Can't say enough good things about either one of those gentlemen. So let's see what grade I came out with. Oh, 9.8. It held its grade. Wow, that's awesome. Really excited about that. Really excited about that. So it's signed for Marquise, Thank You by Tom King, and signed to Marquise, Best by Lee Weeks. So I am a happy camper right now. Oh, man. We have a few more. Bear with me here. Harley Quinn, number 30, signed Hi Marquise by Frank Cho on 9/29/2018. Amanda Connor and Jimmy Paulo, I'm not going to get that right, and Jimmy Story. John Tim's art, Frank Cho cover. Frank Cho's a beast. I love his artwork. I was glad I had a chance to tell him that in person. I love this cover. My birthday's in Halloween, well, is on Halloween, so I thought this was really fitting to have graded, or have signed and graded. So let's see what the grade is. Did color rub get me again? 9.6. Would prefer 9.8. We all prefer 9.8s, but not mad with 9.6. Great cover. Probably color rub once again. Minor color rub, I guess. Sides are a little worn looking, but 9.6. I'm happy with it. I'm trying to remember all the things I got signed. There's still a few books in here. Oh, the wonderful Jenny Frison to Marquise on September 30th, 2018. Wonder Woman number 54, variant cover. Steve Orlando story, Jenny Frison cover. Raul Allen art. Let's see what we got. Jenny was very nice. She was a pleasure to meet, very sweet lady, and she did this for no charge. So I'm definitely happy about that. There were two covers I was debating on getting signed and graded. My girlfriend and I chose this one, so let's see what happened. I'm thinking 9.6. 8.5. Okay. There were some spots on there. I wasn't sure if they would ding me for those, but it looks like they did. It looks like they got worse. Yeah, but I'm happy. I got to meet Jenny. Got her to sign a really cool book of mine. So I'll try again next year to get a higher grade. Not mad at all. This one I know is probably going to be a little lower. Signed to Marquise by Clayton Crane on September 30th, 2018. Christos Gage story, Clayton Crane cover and art. Clayton Crane was a pleasure to meet. Really cool guy. Got to chat with him for a little bit. After trying to find him for a while, his booth was kind of tucked away, but glad we found him. And let's see what we got here. That is surprising to me, if I'm being honest. And yeah, in all honesty, I was right about to hand this over for him to sign. I was getting it out of his bag, and I looked on the back, and I saw some color rub, and I was like, this might not go well. So maybe it was a known thing. I don't know how that works. Again, I'm new to this, but I know that on my last copy that I got recently, it had the same issue. So maybe it was a batch defect type of thing. I don't know. I don't know if CGC takes that type of stuff into consideration, but it was something that I noticed right along here. So I'm glad to have the greed, but I'm very surprised if I'm being honest. Thanks, Clayton. Last but not least, what do we have here? Oh, another Tom King. Heroes in Crisis, signed by Tom King. I just wanted him to sign this one regular. Not that I'm selling it or anything. I just, that's just how I was feeling at the time. And he was generous enough to do it. We actually had a nice conversation. He's a great guy, once again. So Tom King story, Clayman art, J.G. Jones cover. This is the variant cover, one of the variant covers. Let's see what we got. 9.2. That's surprising. I don't know what I was expecting. Well, I was probably expecting a 9.8, but that's really surprising. I actually just got another copy of this. Maybe it's the pages are short here, I can see. This last page is shorter. And I think it's the same issue on the front, so maybe they got me for that. I don't know. Tom King signed it. I'm happy. It's mine anyway, so I'll try again for some higher grades on a few of these things next year. But overall, I am a happy camper. So thanks for hanging out with me and checking out some of my CGC books. One last one I'll show, just in case you didn't see this when I unveiled these the first time. These three were actually on-site graded, or graded on-site, I should say, and they all ended up 9.8s. So I wanted to do all of the processes. I wanted to drop some off and see how that process worked, and I wanted to have some sent away. I wanted to have some signature series books, so I had the full immersion when it comes to CGC. So I was very happy. Everyone was very pleasant. The CGC staff was great, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the comments. Hope you saw some books that you liked. If you do, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Until next time, get out there and grab those